Reminder: emergency evacuation protocols remain disabled. Proceed at your own risk.
Different from the normal survival or climbing games, White Knuckle innovates just by mixing these two genres, but that's just not enough for the devs behind it. It was designed to be thrilling and clever. We're talking about the hands, inventory, progression, items, graphic, and sound design. That crafts one of the most unique experiences that I could ever have with an indie game. That is White Knuckle. White Knuckle is a first-person survival horror roguelite speed climbing game. Developed for PC and available on Steam since April 2025, the game was developed by Dark Machine Games and published by DreadXP.
We have Holly Jenka as lead developer,
Quinn Stegel as artist and animator, and Jack Faulkner as audio, music, and sound designer.
They already knew each other from working on smaller game jam projects, but this time they wanted to create something bigger. As the only one with a real climbing experience, Quinn has suffered from a spine injury, which led him to start working on a game design document for a climbing game.
Jack and Holly brought the idea. Climbing is already scary, so what if they pushed that feeling further? What if they could capture the stress and anxiety of climbing and blend it with horror? That would be terrifying. This idea became the foundation of the project, and that's exactly what they set out to do. The game throws you into the depths of Substructure 17, a massive decaying complex that feels far beyond human scale. It's not just big, it's overwhelming. The higher you go, the more it feels like this place wasn't meant for good. You play as a lone climber, navigating this hostile structure with nothing but your gear and your instincts. There's no clear explanation of who you are or why you're there, and the game doesn't rush to answer those questions.
Holly mentioned that the game keeps balancing between horror and humor, while one of them keeps building the tension and the other one releases it. You are climbing for your life while there's an unknown creature chasing you, and in another moment you're stabbing yourself with a machine to get some perks. And that's just one of the things that make this game addicting.
Besides the fact that most of you are already introduced to first-person games, White Knuckles brings something different to the table. You're not just holding a gun or a flashlight, even though you actually can hold those. Here, you can hold almost anything with whatever hand you have available at the moment. This is probably the best implementation of hand usage in keyboard mouse games that I ever seen. They have admitted on an interview that they ripped off the part throws from Rainworld. And I don't blame them. It's incredible how good it worked on a first-person game. I'm going to be honest, the trailer footage showing you holding on grips with one hand and hammering down pythons on the wall with the other one was the thing that actually sold this game to me. I was mesmerized by the implementation of these mechanics, where you need to manage your short time and tools in situations that still allow some freedom in how you approach them. I'm a huge fan of roguelikes and roguelites, so White Knuckle is not an exception. Every run is a different run, with different items, paths, perks, enemies, and more. With somewhat procedural level design, Substructure 17 changes every time you play it. Therefore, we are presented to handmade stage modules that glues together like puzzle pieces. So it's not always totally different, but it's different enough to keep the game interesting. One of the things that really makes me praise for this game is the level design. There are some handcrafted situations that feels like boss fights. Even though you're not fighting anyone, you're fleeing from creatures or from a room full of strange liquid, while unlocking doors and elevators with a short time constraint.
Probably one of the most underrated things about White Knuckle, it is its world building. Substructure 17 is massive, but it's just one of many. The voices and the messages over the intercoms, the creatures and the hazards you encounter, and the letters, documents, and emails that you'll find, they all reveal a terrifying world without telling you too much. These structures are too big to comprehend. And what were they actually doing here?
Well, I just finished the demo, and besides the fact that I already progressed a little bit further on the main game, I didn't discover much on my own. But even if I had, I wouldn't share it here, because my goal is to present the game so you can discover it by yourself. By the early development stages, the game was clearly inspired by Half-Life environments and level design, and even now we can see resemblance to Portal on these abandoned megastructures. Quinn also mentioned inspiration on pics of Yore, one of the grandfathers of climbing games. The game has tons of good reference and inspirations as the book House of Leaves, SCP Foundation, Control, Made in Abyss, Blame, Return of Obra Dinn, Returnal, Hades, Quake, and I bet much more. And I mean by that not only the obvious features, but all the core mechanics and fundamentals applied on the game shows a lot of good understanding of concepts and ideas brought by the best creators of the past and modern world. The games come with a lot of content, campaign, endless, challenges, and seasonal event modes. There are skins unlocked through progressions and much more. And I even earned a platinum badge in the Fractured Territory challenge. The devs are currently working on more updates and they seem very happy with the reception from players, which is a good sign. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts on the game, and if you notice or connected to any other reference, leave it a comment. I really wish more game designers were as open about their inspiration as Holly, Quinn, and Jack. I'm Thiago Neppel, founder of Matka Studios. My dream has always been to work in game development. This video wasn't sponsored, but if you enjoyed the content, supporting the channel by subscribing, commenting, and leaving a like helps a lot with future videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time.